Hello guys, welcome to this video, and in this video we're going to see about an in-ear monitor from the brand KBEar. So if you don't know about the KBEar is a Chi-Fi brand. They have a lot of IEMs in their catalog that comes under ultra budget category and also the mid-premium segment. And the KBEar believe was one of my favorite IEM from the brand, which of course got discontinued due to shortage in the beryllium driver. And most of their products are very impressive in my opinion. Some products are not good, like the previous product that I reviewed is the KB Storm, which is not that great for the price, even though they are the ultra budget category IEM. I don't like that. But today we're going to see about an interesting product. This is the Rosefinch. This also comes under the ultra budget category. This is priced around less than 20 US dollars. So but for the price, this does really sound good. I mean, in the year 2023, this is my second earphone review, and this is one of my best pick under 20 US dollars. And I'm going to say why I like this earphone a lot, the following sections. And this is the earphone itself. So you can see here the sort of the usual in-ear style. So they are available in different colors, but of course I chose this brown color, which looks wooden like finish, something like that. The full body is made up of resin. The interesting thing is the nozzle here is not unibody, so it has a nice separate golden finish to it. So in terms of durability, this is gonna last longer because a lot of resin nozzles break. The faceplate is of course a zinc alloy faceplate, so it gives a nice premium feel. Even though it's not metal, consider it's better than the all resin body. So the connector is of course TFZ connector. So you can see there is a light protrusion out from the resin body. So this is a TFZ connector. And talking about the earphone itself fits very good in the ears, no problem at all. The shape, the ergonomics are perfectly fine with this. The stock ear tips are good enough in providing a nice isolation and fit this earphone. Talking about the cable itself, the cable is just average, I would say, but for the price I cannot complain at all. This is a usual KBS style cable. It does tangle a lot, so it's just average in my opinion. But the good thing is, for the price, they're giving a mic with a multifunction button to attend and end the calls, which is a very good thing. And the mic is just okay, it does the work, no problem at all. So this is the earphone itself. Talking about the specifications, you can clearly see the impedance is 16 ohm, sensitivity is 103. So you don't need any sort of powerful source or anything like that. And it has a single 10 mm dynamic driver. And if you want to know in depth, this uses a silicone biological diaphragm. I think most of the ultra budget category IEMs use this kind of diaphragm, and they do sound nice in most of the earphones, and the same applies to this Rosefinch too. So talking about the sound, how does this Rosefinch really sound? So basically this earphone adopts an L-shaped sound signature. It's a different thing actually. I haven't seen most of the IEMs adopts adopted a L-shaped sound signature, because most of the IEMs are in a trend of following a U-shaped or V-shaped curve, but this one is interesting, following an L shape. And basically I'm not a big fan of L-shaped in your monitors, because they tend to be very bassy, the mid-range tends to be congested, the treble will evidently show some early roll off. But this KBEar Rosefinch, even though it's a L-shaped tuning, they have done a great thing in terms of tuning, I would say. It's one of a perfectly executed L-shaped tuning. So first of all, let's talk about the bass. Of course, if it's an L-shaped, bass is definitely gonna be elevated. Both the sub and the mid bass sections are elevated a lot. So if you're a bass lover, this is one of a perfect earphone you can get under 20 US dollars. This is really good. I mean, the sub bass really digs deeper, provide those nice rumbles. So if you just replay any of your bass tracks, you can get the ultimate satisfaction from this earphone. The best thing is there is also a good amount of mid bass. And the best aspect is there is a clear distinction between sub bass and the mid bass, so you don't get that sort of congestion like in many other budget earphones. And the control in the bass is really good, the speed is moderate, but that's what you get in a bass head oriented earphone. Speed will be moderate, but even then the control is really good. In this KBEar Rosefinch, I really like the bass in this earphone a lot. This is very good in terms of bass response. It's one of my uh, primary pros of this earphone. It's one of a star show in this earphone too. So talking about the mid-range surprisingly is pretty neutral. There is no sort of noticeable recession is seen. The vocals and the instruments are nicely placed forward. Since it's in a neutral stage, nothing takes the backstage. Everything is presented well and forward, so you get that nice engaging experience. There is no sort of spiky upper mid-range, so you don't get any disturbance in the longer listening session. So sibilance is out of chapter in this Rosefinch. And the best thing, if I want to talk about this earphone, another best aspect other than the bass is the tone, of course. The tone is pretty natural because the previous KBEar product that I have reviewed had the worst tone, but this one has a very natural tone with a bit of warmth added to it, so that it gives a nice, soothing, and pleasing experience. The tone is pretty excellent. So mid-range is great too, in my opinion. For the price, it's really good. As a base set oriented IEM, the mid-range has been tuned well. So talking about the treble, how is the treble? So seeing the graph, it is definitely has an early roll off. But the best thing is, even though it has that early roll off, the essential details are extracted out without any issues. Of course, you cannot expect the brilliance and shimmer like what a treble oriented earphones would do, but considering this is a basic oriented IEM, I would say the treble has been tuned well. If you love a relaxed treble or moderate treble response, I would say this earphone would definitely satisfy you. But if you're a person who loves that sparkly and shimmery treble, then I would say stay out of this earphone. So, as a verdict, talking about the technicalities, the staging is pretty good, no problem at all. Has good enough of good amount of width. Due to a bigger base, it also gives a deeper sensation, and due to this nice width and height in the staging, the imaging and layering is also pretty good. So, for the technical aspects are pretty decent for the price, and in this price, you cannot expect much technicalities, just the normal tuning. That's what you can expect from this price range, and Cable really did a good thing in terms of tuning this earphone. So as a verdict, what would I say? This is the fantastic earphone I would consider in this price point. I mean, if you are in the market and if you want some kind of backup earphone or a based oriented earphone, you don't want to spend much money and you want something under 20 US dollars, this would be my primary recommendation to buy. You can go ahead, and if you are in India, you can buy this earphone from Concept Card. They are selling it for a very dead cheap price, and if you are from China or some other countries, you can get this from Keephifi. And I also like to thank Keephifi for sending me this unit. And yeah, this is gonna be with me. I mean, I really like this earphone. For the design, the sound, everything is just perfect for a 20 US dollar. And hope you like this video, and see you in the next video, guys.